Hello, welcome back. Glad you can make it. This is part 3. This part specifically kind of focuses on the frame, getting the frame stretched, putting a cutoff on it, doing everything relating to the frame until we get it primed. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's specifically what this part is going to be about. I don't know if it'll be a 2-part series or not, because there's a lot of different things we hit while working on the frame here. I am happy to announce that we're gonna do it the right way, and this whole part, besides the first 2-3 minutes, we're gonna film sideways, which is out of my 13 comments, I think a lot of them were saying to film sideways, so I should probably take their advice. So I'm gonna start with filming sideways after, obviously, the first 2 to 3 minutes is gonna be vertical, but after that, you can watch it sideways so you get the full screen on your phone. So, I'm kind of excited for that. I did a lot of time lapses. I've been doing a lot on this frame, so I'm happy to kind of get it finished where we're at now. You'll see at the end how far we got and kind of where we're transitioning next while Lawson, the bodywork paint guy, kind of gets ready to paint the frame. So that's where we're at for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Happy Wednesday. Today, we're gonna finally get the Kenny indoors. We're gonna get her undressed. We gotta move the frame cut off, get the Kenny in, we'll do the cane. Just to be safe, we brought bro skiddies. Lawson's getting stuck with that, we gotta pull a trailer. But yeah, we're gonna get her in. Ouch, just nailed my knee on that. Happy Wednesday. You can see we got the Kenny in, we got the hood in. We're about to make some progress here. Right now I got all the air lines hooked off from where we're gonna cut the frame and get rid of it. So anywhere I could cut the frame, get this junk out if I wanted to. Right now I'm kind of just running numbers on Wheelbase. Trying to find matching wheelbases. The minimum that we're gonna go is 242, but do we keep going up or what? That's kind of my question to myself. So we might go up to 250, 260, I don't know yet. We got some time to contemplate it while I do it. We just gotta fight on the cutoff. There's huck rivets. So if we cut it precisely, we can get a huck rivet to land between these and it's not gonna impede with this. And if we put it here, it's not gonna be an issue. And then that would be our 242 wheelbase. But then, do we just keep going? See how far we can get on it? I mean, why not? So otherwise, that's it for it. This is how the girl's sitting. She's got it out in the front. She don't even look like a truck right now. Inside of the frame, I noticed it's a mechanical steering box, so I'm gonna have to get a power steering one. I'm not gonna be able to manhandle that all the time. So, but otherwise, that's it on this for now. We got the hood on a pallet. Lawson's gonna start working away on this. Let me tell you how amazing in condition this hood is in. It is in such good condition. I mean, not the paint obviously, but like no chips, no dents, no cracks on the fiberglass. It is completely intact and it is just absolutely beautiful. It is just so awesome, so awesome. So this might actually not take so long for Lawson to do if he's just gotta sand it down, get it nice, and then throw a coat of primer on it. So that's all I got for now. You have a good night. Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. So, what we did here, you can see the fuel tank straps are gone. Did a lot of measurements today, a lot of stripping off old stuff. Like I believe in the last video I said we got rid of all the air lines and electrical from the frame cutoff here. We started at 240 wheelbase, 242, and then it jumped up to like 252, I think. So that's where we're going. We got our benchmark set. These two lines here and there, they're not technically official yet, but they are spot on. So that's awesome. It means our bench is good. So what we'll probably do is we're gonna get rid of this cutoff. We'll just cut it right here where it's completely out of the way, and then we can cut this nice and easy without having to deal with this whole chunk here. So when we bring the skid in tomorrow, we'll elevate this so this whole thing is level. We'll put a level on it, make sure everything's good. We'll cut it, we'll put jacks on it so the frame from the tractor stays level. You can see we got the tires off, put the blocks on, all that fun stuff. Lift it up, cut it as perfect as we can, more perfect than perfect if we can. This is where the fuel tanks sit. So, you know, we're gonna try to go between the holes so we don't have to drill on the weld, but everything should be good there. And then if the frame cutoff starts here, this is where the fuel tank kind of ends up. Obviously the sleeper ends up about here. Fuel tank ends here. So then the rest will be framed. So we're looking, I mean, if we're talking exposed from the fuel tank to like the start of the, you could say the suspension mount, we're looking at like 4 feet, 5 feet. I don't know. I've tried so much online looking at all these trucks with wheelbases, but it's hard to find one that you're looking for with good pictures, and then it's an extended hood, so then that confuses me. Yada, yada, yada. So that's all I got. All right, here's the first clip sideways. You can see here we were just cutting off the rear end of the cutoff, what we weren't gonna use, get rid of it. And don't worry about the video quality. For some reason, this one was very poor, but the rest are much better. Hey, here we are. You see the time lapse we're filming sideways now? The greatest thing since they created the wheel. We took the old cutoff off, cut the old frame. We'll get more in depth in that when I go into the shop. Cut her off with the chop saw. The old skiddy carried the old girl way down here back in the pit. So very impressed with the girl being able to lift this whole thing out of the air so easily. But yeah, goodbye old frame. All right, here we are to what's left of the Kenny at the moment. We just did dummy cuts so we could just get rid of that old frame. So when we do get these cuts, you know, we don't have the whole frame messing with us, you know, twisting, turning. Jacked up, bottle jacks, holding it up, good in place. Everything's looking good there. It's level. We got our marks done off the benchmark. They're in really good shape. Our plan next is we're not gonna weld this. We got a professional welder gonna do this for us. And you know, we got the line here for now, but we're gonna have him come over and him draw the line himself how he wants it all done, so it's, you know, it helps him the best, so the weld is absolutely perfect. So as of now, we're kind of at a standstill. I mean, this truck, man, is just really, we're close to starting putting her back together, but we're gonna take the cutoff, bring it in, so then the day he gets these measured up, we can get the cutoff measured up. We'll butt them together and we'll see what we're looking like. 254 is I guess the wheelbase. So we're gonna see how that looks. I'm a little excited. So might be a week or so till we can get everything figured out though. So we shall see. All right, another day, another scene in the skiddy. We're taking the radiator out of the. It's been out for a while on this girl, but it was sitting down below and I didn't want it in the elements. So we're gonna move this to the other shed where the rest of the Kenny parts are, like the fuel tanks and the rims and all that. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna bring the cutoff in and not get it like butt up to the frame, but get it ready to get cut. Happy Saturday night. You can see here, we brought the frame cutoff in. You can see the time lapse, the skid, did a bunch of stuff, got a bunch of ties ready. Get it, boom. It's not even welded yet, and I am just so happy how it looks. I mean, you know, we got like a foot it'll go in, but wheelbase wise, that's probably what we're looking at, 250, 252. Airliner looks great, airbags look great. I mean, everything is awesome. This is just spotless. And so hopefully sometime this week, we're gonna have our welder. We got the marks for him. I think I mentioned this in the last video. He'll cut it how he wants it on both of these. And then we'll have the rest of the week to get this thing perfectly square. And when I mean perfect, not an inch off. An inch is a huge difference too. I mean, we're talking 1/8, 16th inch. This thing needs to be perfect the whole way back. But otherwise, this is looking awesome. This progress is going great. I am just so happy. You can see it on my face. Once this girl is welded up, it is time to mark and strip all the airlines off this thing. So that's how we are now. Thank you, and keep her easy. I'm gonna edit it so it don't look like I'm standing. All right, I wasn't gonna film or time lapse this because I was gonna just take these plywood floors out first before I start doing airlines. And let me tell you, this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought it was. So I might as well film myself struggling. So we're gonna give that a try. Here it is. This is what we got in a few hours. We did some work. Got a big football game tonight, Green Bay versus Chicago. So we're gonna take the rest of the day off here, but gutted a bunch of lines. It doesn't look like it. Looks like I did nothing, but I can tell you, we got a lot done there. Pulled a lot of lines out. I got a book here with where the lines go and then references for stuff so I don't somehow mess that up when I put lines back in. So that's kind of it. The plywood was a pain to do, like I said, and all that we cleaned up, and this is kind of how we're sitting at the moment. I got probably 1 or 2 dozen more airlines, I'm guessing. As you can see, most of them I got left go to the dash and the brake pedal. And these are all kind of going to the rear of the tractor. So we'll do that maybe sometime this week. We'll get these all situated, and then I don't know how to go frame. We'll get welded this, sandblast the whole frame, get primer on the frame right away, and then we'll probably go from there. So thanks for watching. Happy Monday. Where we at here is talk to our great welder. He said he's hopefully going to be able to get to these cuts tomorrow. If not, sometime this week for sure. So we got the marks for him and everything. Basically, sum it up, he's going to do the cuts and then bevel it. And then all we have to do, push it together and make sure everything is square and parallel. And then he can weld it up, and then we can start working on this beautiful thing. But for the rest of today, hopefully, a few hours we got, we are going to try to finish pulling all the air lines out of this girl and at least getting the electrical thrown to the side. Air lines going under the dash, we're just gonna throw them off to the side for now before I tear into the dash and get stuff out like that. But that's kind of where we're doing tonight, is we're gonna try to get all the air lines disconnected, so stay tuned. dash basically, because I have 5-10 airlines going under the dash. I said, well, I'm gonna do it now, get it over with. It'll look nice and good. And let me tell you, that was a lot more than I expected. You can see me just looking around, figuring out where to start. And I eventually said, I'm gonna just pull all these screws apart. I think I'm on my way to getting the dash out, but I just didn't want to fully commit to it since it's getting late in the night. And that's something I can always do down the road, since we should be getting the frame welded up here soon. So that's all I got. Otherwise, have a good night. All right, got a lot done today. Lawson started taking away the hood on the sanding. It's really dusty, so you can't see everything on it, but he's gotten a big chunk of it done, which looks absolutely awesome. Next on the cab, haven't really tickled too much. Got the exhaust all the way out, sitting there for now. 2 pipes, we're gonna get rid of those. We'll keep the tips for maybe the dump trucks, but otherwise the inside is basically spotless. There's a little bit of, like, you know, these brackets and stuff, but forget that for now. Cab is all kind of soloed onto itself. Looks like we're probably gonna make this a frame off restoration now, because if we're gonna sandblast all this, there's only 4 bolts of that thing. We're just gonna pick it up once this is done, put this here, work on it on the ground. It's gonna be so much nicer and easier. Then we can roll this sucker back in that's primed, do stuff if we need to, and then get the frame painted. Awesome. And then we'll throw the cab on, paint the cab, paint the hood, paint the sleeper, slowly build this girl right back how she is. Once this frame is welded and primed, we're just about gonna be going downhill, which is gonna be awesome. So, but yeah, it's nice to see this hood's finally getting some cleaning done to her. And I mean, I just can't tell you how clean this thing is. This hood is just immaculate. It's spotless. It would be a waste to get rid of this and go to a long hood. But you know, at the same time, so many people are doing extended hoods that these standard hoods are slowly becoming a little rare. You know, I'd rather keep an original standard hood. And it might just because I have one, but I think the standard hoods look really, really good, if not better. So enough of my talking. Thank you. Serious Sally over here. Skinny Sally. As you can tell, we got the frame cut. So next we're gonna take the skiddy, lift her up, put her in place, get her as close as we can, start running string lines, get her perfectly square for the welder. So that's where we're starting. Good, magnificent morning. We got the cutoff closer and closer to where we're gonna end up. Obviously, we got quite a gap we gotta keep filling into, so we're gonna spend most of the day hopefully getting that gap fully sealed, and then from there, we got make sure the frame is straight, you know, left, right, up, down, side to side, just about everything. As you can tell, it's slightly crooked, but we're actually not too far off. So it's gonna take a lot of small, precise things today, but this is one of those things you can't go around. You gotta do it right. So that's what we're doing today. Intermission time. So time lapse went quick, so I'm gonna make it quick. Started off by getting the tractor as level as we can with the level. And then we started taking apart the center cross member here so the frame can kind of breathe and flex a little bit if we have to push it a ways to get the frame rails to be perfect. And I made a goof move. It's free, but I can't take the centerpiece out the way those mounts are to the frame. So I can't take it out, but it is free. And then you could obviously see halfway through my phone was filming nothing. And the issue there was I don't have anything to hold the phone on, so I usually just put it against something, but I got mom's fancy TikTok stand here, so we got nice stability and everything. So now that the tractor's level and I double checked it, we're gonna start mashing the cutoff and getting that situated.
Did everything, but I won't fall for it. You got what you needed. It was a magic trick. I was alright before you showed up at my door, but you never wanted more. Just wanted to explore. Please tell me what you want, 'cause your words are making me feel lost. Promise I will follow along if that's what you really want. There's nothing wrong with taking what you need.
All right, I'm gonna take a little hiatus. But what we got right now is this is the side we're working on. The other side's pretty good and close besides height-wise. What we're trying to get here is we're trying to make sure with this top string line that this frame rail is level the whole way. So a beer can is just absolutely perfect size because each one is basically identical. So I'm using that as, you could say, a benchmark to make sure everything's good. So it should be 4 13/16, and it should be that way the whole way basically. And if you have a low spot in the middle, what that tells you is it's bending down. Like right where the frame is going to be welded, it's about the shortest, which means the frame is pointing downwards. We got to lift it back up. Lifting it up will pull that string up and should level everything out, on paper at least. But over here, we got the side one done. I mean, that frame rail's pretty darn close to straight. Welder told us to get it within 1/8 of an inch and he'll do the rest. So I'm gonna do my best to get this as straight as I possibly can to make it easier for him. But otherwise, during the filming, you could see me trying to just make little movements with the skid, trying to get it perfect, you know, tightening stuff, loosening, constantly measuring. You know, when it comes to this stage, you can never do too much measuring and all that. So it's a really repetitive thing, but I've said again, it's something you just can't skip around or cheat on. You gotta just really take your time and do it. So we're getting her close though, but boy does she look pretty good.
Taking what you need, but I wish you would have explained that to me. Explain that to me. So please tell me what you want, 'cause your words are making me feel lost. I can promise I will follow along if that's what you really want.
Happy Saturday night. Here's how the girl sits. I don't really know what to say. Ran all the string lines. I mean, you could see in the time lapse, I was running around measuring, take a quarter turn on something, remeasure everything, and I realized one thing was off, so then I had to blah, blah, blah. Enough of that. But she's pretty straight. As crooked as a politician. Welder said get it within 1/8. I think it's well within an eighth. You know, I don't know. I've had too much thinking to do today. I don't really know what to say. So that's all we got though. So thanks for watching. You can see me sanding away, just sand on the hood. Then here comes boss man when it comes to sanding, and Bondo Lawson. He said, you're doing a terrible job basically. And he took over the sanding and all that. I went back in, just got bored. So I did a few more 100 measurements on the frame, making sure it's straight. We're still waiting on the welder. He's busy. Hopefully next week he'll come by and get her situated. So I started researching into converting the steering gearboxes from manual to power, and let me tell you, I did not expect it to be as much as what it is. But if there's one thing about this truck, I'm going to want to have power steering driving down the road. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's going to be plenty more talking to do about that later. Okay, good night. Just bending.
Yeah, make sure it's the right size thread.
I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Come on. I think it went. Taking out that pitman arm nut is the only thing I got done today. This stupid pitman arm is so terribly hard. It is. I mean, I put a bearing remover kit on it. I mean, I put the porta power on it. We're gonna need to get the oxyacetylene and melt this thing off. Basically, we're not. Might have won the battle today, but when we bring in heat, man, she ain't gonna like it. It's been too long, but it's also been longer. It's been 2 weeks since I've been able. I've been able to work on this girl. Last I did was we were working on the steering, and issue with that is I was hitting it so hard I still haven't gotten that stupid pitman off, but I didn't want to shake the frame anymore because I had the frame straightened out for the welder. Welder's able to free up some time. Wham! We got the frame nice and welded. Obviously did a 45, and then we had a bunch of holes for old mounts and stuff. He plugged and patched them all. So, I mean, she looks absolutely beautiful. I'm happy. So here's the other side. Got to get stuff cleaned up. Patched all these holes, did the weld. Everything's nice and straight. That's all I really got tonight. We're just going to get all these railroad ties out, get all this junk out, put her on the 4 wheels, and then I won't film that, but that'll kind of be the back here. I can do some time with these airlines and stuff while we wait on the power steering conversion kit that's coming. I don't know when that'll be, but we're clocking back in, so have at it. All right, so what we got to do here, so you can see where we got the frame welded. 1, 2, 3, we got a 4th bolt for the rear fuel tank mount. So we're gonna take our mag drill here. We got our book of magical measurements, and we're gonna drill these 2 holes out right off the bat, and then one right here I gotta drill out. I accidentally told the welder to patch it, and it wasn't it, so my mistake. What day is it today? The 9th? Austin's gonna work on the hood today, and I'm gonna get the rear end, all the airlines stripped on that. So then this is one step closer to getting ready for sandblasting. So we're gonna do that while we wait on the power steering. I don't know when that'll come, so we're starting there. part 3. Had to cut this project into 2 parts here for the frame just because it was an hour long after most of the editing's done, and I don't want people to spend an hour watching my videos when I can have them watching half an hour video twice. So that's where it's kind of be. Don't worry about the second part of this video. That's gonna come out a few days once this one's posted, because you know, they're pretty similar. I'll have it done soon. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Saw the frame got welded up, everything kind of got finished. The second part's gonna be the big part at the end here, you know, with the frame getting sandblasted and all that fun, great stuff. So, but you know, I'm glad we kind of went on a frame cutoff. A long time I was kind of focused on just stretching the frame and keeping the old frame with the Airglide 100 on it. And after enough convincing, yeah, decided to go with the cutoff, and I think it was definitely the right move to make. I think it's a win-win in almost every category. So happy with that. I'm happy with a lot of stuff that's turned out so far, but I'm not gonna keep holding you up. Thank you for watching this part, and I'll see you for part 4.